I think every employee wants the same basic things in a workspace. A well-lit environment, the right equipment, and a quiet space for focused work and privacy that allows for collaboration. Sound was a big problem in the old space.
Guys, can you keep it down? I can't hear on the phone.
Noise reduction is one of the big challenges I face in the new office. My solution is to take as many steps possible to get the best acoustic value in the space.
When you take 150 employees and move them from 20,000 square feet into 11,500 square feet, you're going to need help with sound levels. Today I'm meeting with Bill McCann from Dynasound, who's actually going to add noise to the building so we can reduce noise between employees. All right, Bill, so you gotta explain this to me. You're adding noise to reduce noise?
What we're actually doing is adding noise to reduce the intelligibility of the conversations that are within the space.
Okay.
And essentially, it's just improving the background ambient noise so that anything in there is the employees' conversations.
It's called sound masking, and it's done with these gadgets that look like little speakers being hung by Dynasound from the Armstrong ceiling grid. Now, I've never used sound masking before, but the idea is interesting and yet so simple. Each Dynasound speaker produces an ambient noise that fills the space to help eliminate distracting sounds to the ear. So, while you can hear sound or conversations happening close to you, any sound happening farther away is masked by the ambient sound emitted by the speakers.
How does it work? You're placing them, not in every space to create the noise. It's only in certain areas, so tell me why.
Well, what we're trying to do is improving the space of your typical worker who was sitting at his desk.
Okay.
And we want to create a uniform level throughout those areas. The speaker spacing is really, part of what your building is. How far apart we can put them, how close we need to put them is just a factor of your ceilings, your office, and everything going on.
I caught up with Kelly Mitten, Dynasound's installer, to find out how many speakers we need.
We're installing about 30 to 35 of these speakers is what we're doing, so that it goes throughout the whole building. They're in the range from being 15 to 18 foot apart, and we put as many as what it takes to cover the area.
Now, the ambient noise produced by these speakers creates sort of a hum in the room. But its effect on workspace conversations is what makes sound masking so important to employee privacy.
The sound masking is a background sound that basically sounds like the HVC. We're just concentrating on different tones in our voices to break that up.
By using sound masking within the space, you're effectively tripling the distance from one employee to the next by reducing the distance that a conversation is still intelligible.
My main concern is we have one large bullpen area that seats 54 employees. And they're on the phones and they're talking to each other and they're collaborating and working together. So how does this system help in that sort of an environment?
Without a typical sound masking system, you're going to hear a conversation upwards of 45 to 50 feet from an employee. When the system's on, that's going to get reduced down to 15 to 20, depending on everything else going on.
So the Dynasound sound masking speakers are in place. The Armstrong Calla ceiling panels with total acoustic performance have also been installed. And the Mayline office furniture is ready to go with its privacy panels. I think we're well on our way to addressing any concerns that employees may have about noise and privacy when they move into this bullpen. But first, this office space needs some final sound tuning to make sure it's ready for occupancy. And that's why Dynasound has come back for a final tuning.
So we've got the system in place, and now our employees are about to move in. What do we do next?
Well, the next thing is our technician comes in and balances the system based on your environment. No two buildings are alike. So you've got an open structured environment. We'll tune the system and for uniformity and sound everywhere prior to day one. And what we're trying to accomplish there is to make sure we have the right sound levels, that the uniformity is good, and that we're covering the speech frequency range of everyone.
Armstrong Commercial Ceilings has also sent over Bennett Brooks, an acoustic engineer, to test the building as well.
What I'm going to be doing in this space is we blast pink noise through loudspeakers, we measure it with sound analyzers, and then we organize everything, all the data in the computer. The answers that we will give you on the quality of this space are speech privacy level, background sound level, reverberation time, and in the end we'll give you a % of quality that you can apply to your return on investment in the space.
From all the level testing we're seeing from Bennett, and with the Dynasound tuning, I think we've gone a long way in accomplishing our mission to make this smaller workspace more productive. We're reducing Mark's brick and mortar costs and giving him a workspace that's going to be more efficient than the larger space he came from. Wow, it's been quite a week here at the worksite. The 30 Dynasound speakers are now strategically placed and hidden within the acoustical ceiling. And speaking of ceilings, I couldn't be happier with the look of the Armstrong Callis ceiling panels with total acoustic performance. The sound absorbing and blocking makes it a perfect solution for the entire building. We've also added some wonderful decorative elements as well. And the Mayline furniture is going to give everyone a great working environment. Now it's time to show Mark and Carmen and get their reaction.
Wow.
Nice.
This is unbelievable.
I like the lightness of it
Wow,
against
look
the
at the
floor.
reveal. Look at the desks. This is the space.
Gorgeous.
Sit here. Oh, come sit and have a meeting with
Oh,
me.
wait.
There you go. You
It's
get
a
your...
file cabinet and a seat
That's right.
all at the
Come
same
sit.
time.
And look at all the outlets, so you can actually...
8 outlets, one place.
Because the whiteboard walls are really cool because they just give you a little bit of a separation, right?
Beautiful. Looks
Wow, what a great space. What's really incredible is that we have 54 cubicles in a very small area of space, and 5 years ago, there's no way that we could have pulled this off. But today, with the advancements in technology and the fact that we have these acoustical ceilings that have this high acoustical value, and the Dynasound with the sound masking and cubicles that actually have this high-end technology that allows you to feel the privacy. Even though we're in this big open room, yet you feel like you have the privacy of your own office. And we couldn't do this 5 years ago. It just couldn't happen.
One of the goals that we've had in designing what we're designing is to have every space have a dual purpose. So you look at the file cabinet that's lockable and can be a seating storage. You look at the place that you can put your files and things in, but you can also write on it. You see the whiteboard that is a whiteboard that you can write on it, but it's a space where it's privacy. So we've really designed everything to have multiple purposes, and I think we've done a really good job with Mayline's help to create something that will work for the associate and for the company in high productivity.